Hello and welcome to another episode of the Confident Musician Show. You are tuning into 5 pro tips on how to become more purposeful, or how to be on purpose more, or how to stay on purpose more. My name is Brett Cusack, aka Megalove, and I'm a musician and mindset coach. And at the Confident Musician, we help musicians to overcome self-doubt and overwhelm and create more confidence than you ever thought possible, and to be able to make music, make a difference, and share your unique talents with the world. Alrighty, let's jump into our 5 pro tips to how to become more purposeful. All right, tip number 1 is to understand that everybody has an inspired purpose. It's a combination of your voids, the things most missing from your childhood or when you grew up, and your values, the things you have created as a way to solve those things from your past. It may be big or small, but just make sure that it's true for you and you're not trying to fill somebody else's purpose. Because if you try and fulfill somebody else's purpose, that's probably going to be pretty frustrating. So always be making sure you're looking at what is most important to you. And just to recap a little bit on voids, a good example of that is that as a kid, I always felt misunderstood. It doesn't matter where I went. I knew my parents loved me, but I was kind of like they were talking to me in a different language. And I didn't really understand what it is was going on. At school, I felt like nobody understood me. And even when I got to university, I still felt like people were talking at me instead of to me. So as a result of this thing most missing, that created a story inside me that said, I want to learn, I want to understand. And as a result of that, that became a value for me to become an educator and to help other people understand. So because I had this thing most missing, it made me want to be the person that I am now. So I'm very grateful for that, because it's helped me to actually understand other people and actually given me a purpose to be able to be here right now teaching you about it, so that I get to feel fulfilled doing what it is that I love. Tip number 2 is to let go of any shame and guilt about you achieving it. If there's somebody out there in the world doing something, you're allowed to do it as well. So what we want to start to understand the concept of here is to get grateful for any of these perceived void stories, not good enough, not smart enough, not sexy enough, not talented enough, stories that actually stop you from doing the thing that you would most love to do. And anything that you're not grateful for becomes baggage, and anything that you are grateful for becomes fuel. So as a result of not feeling understood, I got to go back and actually see that, yes, I was misunderstood, but I was also understood, and I was also supported, and I was always made to feel this, that there was a tool. So, when I wasn't understood by my parents, I wanted to find teachers. And when I wasn't understood by my teachers, I went and found friends and social life. And as a result of that, I got to have an amazing life doing all these really, really cool things. And now I'm a confidence coach for people to be able to help them understand themselves. So how cool is that? So I'm now very grateful for this experience. Tip number 3 is, which pain do you want? This is my favorite thing to say to my coaching clients, because at the end of the day, whatever you choose is going to be challenging. So we want to make sure that we're choosing our challenges, and we want to choose inspiring challenges. So get real about what it is that you want to do and get started on achieving it. Start with small actions every day, something that you can do in 5 minutes every day, or 3 hours, depending on your, the time that you have. And if you're one of my potential clients, you've probably got kids and an important job. So you want to make sure that you're fitting things in and around what it is that you want to do. And just remember that you've got to play the long-term game. I have been working on Megalove now since 2008, and I've released 33 songs, and I think I've probably got... I think the most played songs on Spotify is maybe 400. Now, obviously, I've been focusing on my coaching area of my life, but I'm still there. I'm still making music and having fun in that process. So it's so important to remember to play the long-term game. Tip number 4 is to surround yourself with peers and other people who are learning and growing and expanding. If we surround ourselves with people that are not necessarily action takers, we're probably less likely to get pulled along that journey. So I definitely have been part of mastermind groups and all those kind of things, and hanging out with people that are making music and doing stuff, so that you're always learning and growing and finding new ways in order to grow. And YouTube is an amazing resource, and watch a whole bunch more of my videos to help you learn and grow And tip number 5 is to get a coach or a mentor to help you along your journey. And I'm sure you've noticed in this video, you've probably maybe learned some new ideas or new things you haven't heard about before. Maybe voids is something that's new to you. And that's what I help people to do, is to help to understand the problems behind their problems so they can actually do what they would love to do and overcome those hurdles that, seemingly insurmountable when we first start. So that's what I love helping people to do, is get back into music, or to, get regulate their emotions a little bit better, or to have more inspired relationships, or tackle whatever challenge it is that your heart does desire. So if you are curious about what it is that I do, you can grab a copy of my latest course, which is called Confidence and Happiness Secrets for Musicians. There's some really, really cool 1-hour training videos in there: how to master time management for musicians without overwhelm, how to avoid procrastination, how to write songs that stand out, and there's some really cool things in there as well, like a standout song scorecard where you can actually score your songs and actually figure out where the biggest challenges are. So grab a copy of that on the link below this video. All right, let's do our TLDR, too long didn't read, recap of our 5 pro tips. Tip number 1 is to understand that you do have an inspired purpose, and it's created based on this unique thing to you, which is your voids and values. And it's unique to you, just like your eye, retina scan and your fingerprint. They are always unique to you. So there's no one out there exactly like you. So if there was, one of you wouldn't be necessary. So that you're a unique human being. So you do have a purpose, and you're probably on purpose. You're probably just not appreciating your actual reality of what it is, and also being aware that maybe you're doing something that might not be that inspiring to you because you might be following someone else's purpose instead of your own. Tip number 2 is to let go of any shame and guilt about you achieving it, and get grateful for any of your perceived voids, limiting beliefs, or stories. Is this task fun? No. Is it easy? No. Is it worth it? 100%. Anything that you're not grateful for is baggage. Anything that you are grateful for is fuel. Tip number 3 is, which pain do you want? Get real about what you want to do and get started on achieving it. And start with small action steps. Start with where you're at. You've got to honor and appreciate where you're at. You cannot skip levels. You cannot walk without crawling. You cannot run without walking. You cannot do long jump without learning to run, or something like that. Anyway, you got to be realistic about where you're at and stick to that. And I know from myself included, I was like, I'm a musician. I should get paid. I should be famous. And that was not the reality of the case. And so, you got to honor where you're at and what it is that you're working on. All right, tip 4 is to surround yourself with other people that are learning, growing, and expanding. And tip number 5 is to get a coach or a mentor that can help you leapfrog some of the pitfalls and insights into things you don't even know that you needed. And if you are curious about maybe talking to me about being that coach for you, I would love to learn a little bit more about you and see if we're going to be the right fit to work together. You can book a Q&A call with me underneath this video. It's 15 minutes where we can have a quick chat about what your challenges are, where you want to go, and see whether I'm going to be the right fit to help you. No obligations, of course. But I do have a limited space, so please get in as quick as you can. My name is Brett Cusack, aka Megalove, and I'm a confidence coach, songwriting coach, music teacher, producer, performer. And so if you need help with any of those things, I would love to help you along your journey. But until next time, if you know somebody who wants to become more purposeful, please tag them in this video or share it with them in a DM. And if you found something interesting, useful, or valuable in this video, please type it in the comments so I can know what it is that's useful, so I can make these videos even better for the next people who watch them. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Make music, make a difference, and I will see you on the next video. Catch you later. Bye.